What's up, everybody? Adam, Jack, Cade here with Road to the Rail, episode 4. Today we have a lot of big news and some unfortunate news. Let's start it off with the unfortunate news. Jack.
Yep. I feel like we're on the fantasy football show before the game. Mm-hmm. Injury news. Big injury news. You hate to see it. Obviously, we wish everyone was able to participate this year. It sounds like Rachel Payne will not be able to make it, unfortunately. So, Rachel, we're sorry. Be well, and I'm sure we'll see you in future races.
Of course.
What does that mean for us here today?
I mean, there's a silver lining in everything. Rachel Payne being out of the race means there's going to be one more wild card spot open. So, instead of 3, we're taking 4, and we have those results right now. Jack?
Right.
Let's just get right to it. Can I drum roll you in?
Okay. So the top vote getters for the wild card, they will be going to race.
This is it. This is everything.
This is everything.
And before we go, everyone who campaigned, you guys did an amazing job. Some of the biggest yield of people participating we've ever seen, thousands and thousands of votes.
Actually, what was our estimate total of votes, Jack?
I'm not exactly sure, but Joey said that there was something like 10,000 votes.
That's incredible.
That's
so
a lot.
pretty impressive.
So good for you guys for voting,
Yeah.
campaigning, all of that. It's really amazing.
Again, we would love to have all of you, like we usually do, but because of the global pandemic, unfortunately, that's not possible. So, okay.
Drum roll again.
The top vote getter for the wild card, Race the Real wild card, Ren Weichman, 8,032 votes.
Wow. Well,
Ren punches his ticket.
there you go. Ren, congratulations.
He will be there. A little golf clap for
Yeah,
Ren.
let's give it to him.
All right, how about second?
Second place.
And I will say, there is a 1 vote difference between second and third. Not that second and third, dictates who's going or not, but very tight.
Pretty impressive.
Very tight. Okay, drum roll, please. Second place vote getter is Brandon Schermeyer with 1,334 votes.
Welcome to the race.
Out of LA.
Congratulations, Brandon.
Okay, in third with 1,333 votes, Jamie Jucher.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Onewheel Jungle.
Very awesome.
The big trail rider from down south. Love Jamie. Shout out Jamie. Okay,
Congrats, Jamie.
And because Rachel Payne is voiding a spot here, the fourth place vote getter is going to go. And that is none other than Amanda Thompson with 1,254 votes.
Mandy McFly.
Mandy McFly out of the great
Awesome.
Northeast.
Very cool.
So that rounds out your wild card winners there. Big congrats to all of you guys.
Let's give it to
Ren,
him again.
Brandon, Jamie, and Amanda.
So lineup is set. This is who's going. This is awesome.
The lineup is set.
Wow, that's some exciting stuff.
That is some exciting stuff.
We left it up to the audience, and this is who they picked.
I think that there's a bit of an elephant in the room, in my perspective.
Tell me about it.
And that's that the leading vote getter, Ren,
Yes.
we have to be honest, is a major YouTube personality. This is correct. That definitely influenced this vote.
We can neither confirm nor deny that opinion, but I would have to
We
agree.
can confirm
I can agree with that.
confirm it. That is a fact. The fact that Ren is a huge YouTube personality has affected this vote. The real question is, what do we think about that? Let's be honest about it. Is this fair?
Well, in my opinion, if we're going to open something like this up to a public forum, and we're asking people to campaign for themselves for whatever goal it is, of course you should use whatever resource you have available.
Sure.
It just so happens that Ren has X million followers that are very loyal to him and want to see him win this race, which is awesome.
Right.
At the same time, I really feel for some of those other wild cards that didn't have that huge platform, but had equally awesome.
I feel the same way.
I do have to say, I was pulling for Cole Crush. He was, as soon as he submitted his video, I was like, this dude has to go. Sad to not see him make the wild card.
Right.
But that's unfortunately what it is. When you open it up to voting,
Yeah,
It is. You have to run your campaign.
I totally agree. There are several riders that personally I would have loved to have seen, been able to watch, compete, that are not punching tickets. And I feel a pang of disappointment myself. No matter how the vote shook out, that was going to be the case, right?
Because you can only take a few.
Totally. But I think, to me, it's like we really had two ways to go about this. The first would be we decide unilaterally, dictatorially. I was trying to say
we were the electoral college.
We are the judge, jury, and whatever, right? Like, these are the people who are going.
Yep.
And I feel like that's kind of no fun. And that leaves a lot of room for our interpretation. And, you know, I think we wanted to give the Onewheel world a say in who went. And unfortunately, when this is a democracy and voting is the means by which people are selected, this is what happens.
That's how it goes.
I think the only reason we're really talking about it is because of the landslide by which Ren
This
took
is
it.
true.
It
You know,
is
if
very
it
true.
was
But-
close, it would be different, but it was like thousands of votes.
That's true.
But
That's true. But the counterpoint is, let's say you came in 5th place here, right? And you're like, man, I totally should have been in this race if it weren't for this guy who had all, this following. There's not actual equity across the board, right? Everyone on this list has their own social following. And even if Ren wasn't in the race, if it wasn't a submission, right, then the next person up has the biggest advantage, right? And so I think, like, there's never going to be a sense or a case where there's complete equity across the board. Even your folks with 5,000-6,000 followers, which some of these people definitely have a huge advantage on those who have a couple hundred.
Sure.
So I think that dynamic, to some extent, just is the reality of voting, and social media in 2020.
The only place you're going to be able to see Race for the Rail is YouTube or potentially Instagram or
ESPN Ocho. I was about to say the exact same
and
thing.
ESPN Ocho.
Right. So we're potentially trying to get this campaign going where we're trying to get Race the Rail or its highlights on ESPN. Now, it's ambitious.
Well, I wouldn't say it's ambitious because we just saw that 10,000 people voted for wildcards.
That's
so
true.
if we channel that energy into getting ESPN to put our race on their channel, who knows what's
Ren, we're looking to you. So now that you're in, you need to tell your voters to
Yeah, we're gonna
get on this.
So I think we may or may not, depending on if we cut this in or out of the footage, we may or may not be doing a hashtag ESPN Ocho campaign to raise awareness for Race the Rail. And ultimately the goal is to get onto SportsCenter top 10 plays. I think that would be epic for the winner, for the sport, and for the world.
For sure. I think that well, I think that now leading up to this event, obviously everybody can't be there, and we've mentioned that a lot, and we loved last year. Was so much fun having a huge audience of people being able to come out from all across the country and enjoy Race for the Rail. But yes, now we can make Onewheel racing, Race for the Rail, bigger than it has ever been,
And there's going to be a lot of surprises.
a lot of surprises.
That this year, affords itself as well. We're not doing time trials, right? These are the racers. So that means that the racers are getting there on Thursday, the race is on Sunday. There's a lot of time in between.
Yep.
What will we be doing in that time? Well, we haven't talked about it yet.
Well, we have talked about it, but we haven't mentioned it to you
That's right.
because it is a surprise.
It's a surprise, and I think it's going to be super rad. I think the competitors are going to be stoked about it. I think it's going to be really exciting. And I think from a viewership standpoint, I think it's going to be really rad. You're going to get a chance to see some of your favorite Onewheel riders, maybe in some contexts that you haven't seen before.
Oh, yes.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
The emotions will be high, and the adrenaline will be pumping.
Yeah.
Right you are.
So comment below on your thoughts on democracy.
Your thoughts?
Fair, unfair, collusion, Russian attacks.
Should we have done a mail-in ballot?
Should we have done a mail-in ballot?
Wow, that would have been interesting.
That's right. Should we have just taken full dictatorial power and mandated the 12 racers who got in?
Actually,
You let us know.
could be, this is a good opportunity for those watching to tell us, the ideas that you felt like we could have done better
Yeah.
in some areas, or even just made it a little bit different, because obviously there's always next year, and who knows what next year holds. A little bit of feedback,
Sure.
constructive,
More, yeah.
constructive feedback,
Overall
please.
feedback instead of like, why did you not invite X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
True,
'Cause
true,
we-
true, true, true. Too many good riders. Honestly,
Yes.
too many good riders.
In other unrelated news, we recently released the Galaxy color of
I
the.
thought it was called Midnight Chameleon this entire time.
I dubbed it Midnight Chameleon, but unfortunately,
Go grab that real quick.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people do ask, why would I get a carbon fiber fender? And I think to myself, as somebody who is a big cyclist, and carbon fiber is huge within the cycling world for lighter weight, strength, stability. You know, it's just one of those things that if you are very into one-wheeling and you want something different and unique, this is the thing to look at.
She's the top of the line here.
Top of the line here.
Absolutely. Now,
Yeah.
Laser, what was your name for this bad boy?
Midnight Chameleon.
So this actually was called the Carbon Fiber Galaxy Fender. Adam was called the Midnight Chameleon, which I personally loved. And Cade,
I was thinking carbon fiber prismatic.
Prismatic. I heard some very positive feedback on the Prismatic carbon fiber.
It sounds
Known
like
by many
pro
names.
and mysterious.
Known by many names. But this is a shameless plug for the Carbon Fiber Fender.
Yeah, and if you're still tuned in, I mean, comment below on what you would name this fender.
Because we might change it. You know, at this point, it's up in the air.
Yeah. And should we give someone who's viewing this fender?
We totally should. Why not?
Okay, if you made it this far, and you comment
About democracy.
about democracy and the name of this fender
Name
below,
of the fender below.
you'll be entered to win this very one. We'll send you this one right here.
And we'll write a special note underneath it.
Yeah, we'll write a note, a secret right here.
Yep.
Okay. Well, folks, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, notify, and just have a wonderful day. Mostly, that's what's important.